Stick a move in the ring. You can hit me with a word you fling.
Oh, there you go. Let's start with the dog. All right.
Start with the dog.
Join me right now is UFC welterweight Jason Witt. Jason, how you doing, man? You're coming off a big win, your first win in the UFC. How important was that for you to get that?
Yeah, man, it was super exciting, super fun to get the first win. It's kind of one of those that you can never do it again. You know what I mean? Like your first win will never happen again. It's one of those where it kind of validates you belong in the UFC, and it was definitely a much needed win for me.
Psychologically, going into that fight and winning and then coming out of it, did anything change for you?
Man, no, not really. I mean, I guess you could say a little bit, yeah. It just like I said, it validates the work that I've put into the game before. It validates that I belong in the UFC, and a lot of times people come off a win and they kind of just sit back and don't train as hard as they should. And I was kind of the opposite. I felt like I just got started. I felt like my first win was I was just getting going again, and so I went back in the gym and I was training harder, and I really kind of changed a lot of levels. I've leveled up for this next fight.
Yeah, you do see that sometimes, with fighters. It's not just with the UFC, other promotions, even on the regional scene, guys will get complacent once in a while, right? But for you, It's the total opposite. You don't get complacent. You go back to the gym. Did you focus on anything in particular? You said, okay, from this fight, I won, but there were some things that I needed to fix.
Yeah, we kind of focused on the things that I always have a problem with. Is kind of like I'll get caught like in front of people. So really working on footwork and it's kind of angles that'll help me, especially in this fight. Just working on those little things, little details that I've had problems with over the years, and it's a continued battle that I'm just trying to fix. And I get better at it every single fight. But just working those little details in my game. Like I've been around this game for a long time. Like I'm a veteran of the sport. This isn't like I'm new to the sport at all. So it's just working the little details that make my game a little better.
When you work on footwork, is that something that you work with a particular coach, or is that just something that you work with just on yourself and you just practice it on your own?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm always in the gym a little bit before practice starts, and I'll work footwork. It's something I work on with Kraus, something I work on with Austin Ford. We have two different coaches, so we have multiple different coaches, but those are the two main guys that really work my footwork, my boxing. And then I mean, you can ask my wife. I'll be sitting in the middle of Target just working on footwork and shadow box. She's like, "You doing, you crazy person?" I'm like, I can't help it. It's just one of those habits. So yeah, it's something. It's a little bit of both. I work on it with Kraus, not getting stuck in front of people. I work on it with Austin Ford in terms of certain setups, and then I just work on it myself in terms of shadow boxing and stuff like that.
I could only imagine what people are thinking when they see you, like a big guy like you, shadow boxing in the middle of Walmart.
Who's this crazy person?
It's like maybe like Impractical Jokers. Have you watched that? Have you seen that?
I've seen a couple.
Yeah, it's like that. Like if you did that, they'd be like, "Oh, who's he about to fight?" You know what I mean? That's what they would be thinking. So always fun.
They're waiting for the second. The second guy to come.
For
like,
sure.
all right, there's one guy. Where's that?
For sure.
It's too funny.
Well, the fight, it was at the end of October, so what happens after the October, the following months, November, Thanksgiving, December, Christmas. Did you get to enjoy all of that?
For the first time in my fighting career, I did get to enjoy both holidays. It worked out pretty well. My wife usually gets pretty upset with me. She's like, you can never enjoy Thanksgiving. You can never enjoy Christmas. And I actually get to enjoy both of them. So yeah, it was actually fun to kind of sit back and enjoy time with family and not have to worry about, a weight cut or have a fight coming up or something like that. So yeah, it was definitely better than years before. Like
for me, like I'm just a regular person, so it's not like I'm doing any weight cuts or, losing weight is a struggle. And when the holidays come, I'm just eating, you know what I mean? But for yourself, like it must have been like heaven this year or last year.
Yeah, it's like freedom. It's I mean, yeah, I eat pretty healthy as it is. Throughout the year, I eat usually like probably 90% healthier than the rest is weight cuts and all other stuff. But it was kind of just, I got to not have to stress about it. You know what I mean? Like even like I didn't have a fight for a couple months. I didn't have a fight scheduled, so it wasn't even like they were in the cards, and I didn't have to take a short notice fight either. So really, it was just kind of a really stress-free holiday, and that's that's something that you really need in this game, you know, is a lot less stress, because it's a very stressful, it's a very hard life, it's a very hard sport. So to be able to enjoy the holidays with your family is definitely something that I'll look back and cherish on.
Definitely. Well, after the holidays, when did you get into the actual training camp for this upcoming fight?
Man, I don't really stop training. Like I've stayed in training the whole time. Even though I'm eating like shit, I'm still training. Yeah, I think we took I don't even remember. I think we took the fight in like December. So I've known about the fight for a while. But yeah, once January 1 came around, that was kind of when I flipped the switch and the intention of training came into play.
Does 2021 feel any different from 2020 for you?
No. I had a really successful 2020. I know a lot of people had bad 2020s, and it sucks. I'm sorry that happened, but I'm one of those people that I try to make the best of every situation. And 2020 was a really good year for me, and I just see that 2020 really opened doors for me, and I'm really going to capitalize on those doors being opened up for me.
When you look back at the year 2020 and look at like your training and your outlook into your career, is it the same for you still in those aspects?
It's more. I want to work harder. I want more. And I know that sounds selfish or whatever you want to call it, but like it's like I said, it's just the beginning. You know, I opened the gym in 2020. I bought a new house in 2020. I fought in the UFC in 2020. Those were my goals. And I set new goals for 2021. And I want to crush those. And I want 2021 just to be just as good a year.
You know, you mentioned open a gym, bought a house. That's like a lot of stress off your shoulders, right? Or is it more stress? Do you feel like you need to produce more to keep up with, you know, the added, I guess, aspects of your life?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, you're going to have stress no matter what, you know what I mean? You're going to have stress. Okay, well, you have stress of buying a house, you have stress of buying a gym. Then you have the gym opened up. Well, okay, then you have to run the gym, you have the stress around the gym. So there's always going to be stress, but it's definitely enjoyable to kind of set goals and achieve those, and then have to set goals and achieve those. So it's really not, it's a nonstop game. Like, you're going to be stressed about stuff no matter what. And it's a lot better to be stressed about a gym that I own, or a house that I own, or fighting in the UFC, stuff like that, than being stressed about a job that I absolutely hate, or a 9-to-5 desk job that I don't want to be at. For me, that just doesn't work for my lifestyle. Like, I'd be way more stressed being in a 9-to-5 job. I'd hate my life. So having the stress of being a gym ownership, and it's not a huge gym, so it's not a huge deal, but having that stress is a lot better than other stresses. So it's kind of like pick your poison of which stress you want.
Well, being a business owner and being a homeowner, those are just like big accomplishments in someone's life, because I think a lot of people in this day and age, they never own a home. They pretty much live their whole life renting.
Yeah, that's hard to do though. I mean, you never owning a home, you're not making any money off it. You're just paying somebody else. You're paying somebody else to make more money. You know what I mean? So and that's, I hope people can get out of that little system.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. It's bad to see sometimes. Now, with your opponent coming up, Matthew Semelsberger. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's a difficult name.
Semelsberger?
Yeah. Now, with him, you know, what do you know about him? You know, did you go back and look at his footage and kind of break him down? What do you see?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know much about him before we got offered the fight. Obviously, once I got the fight name, I looked up his topology, watched a couple of his fights, watched his UFC debut. Don't know much about him. I know he's ex-football player, probably athletic, big guy, decent striker. I know he kind of has that Thai stance, kind of a 1-2, kind of a basic striker, which for me really plays into my game. Like, to beat me, you have to do a lot of different things, and I don't think he does that. So for me, like, I'm really good at putting together like a blending of the sports, a blending of striking into wrestling, of wrestling and jiu-jitsu, of all that putting together. And I don't think he has that. And so for me, that plays a lot of confidence booster in my game, knowing that wherever this fight goes, I'm confident where it's at. And if it doesn't, then I can still strive and be good there.
The combination of coaches that you have at Glory MMA, who is the combination? 'Cause I know you guys got a bunch of coaches. Yeah,
so James Krause, the head coach, Austin Ford's striking coach, Jason Hyde just got put on. He's a coach. He's fought in the UFC. He's fought in Dream. He's fought all over the place too. Grant Dawson is one of the coaches too. Yeah, we got a plethora of fantastic coaches, and not only fantastic coaches, but a fantastic just kind of organization of I don't want to say family, but like that family vibe that everybody there is. They're there to help each other. They're there to make everybody else better, which definitely brings the vibe up of the gym. And you don't get that a lot in other gyms.
Yeah, I saw that you guys have like a end of the year like banquet with awards, and that shows that it's a different team, because most teams, they don't do that.
No, that was a lot of fun though. It was pretty cool to see. I figured they'd have some stupid awards, but they didn't. They had mostly like, you know, amateur fight of the year, stuff like that, which is cool. And it showed that they appreciate us too. You know what I mean? They appreciate the family, the dedication we put in the gym too, which is super cool.
Did you expect it like the Dundies? Do you watch The Office?
The Dundies, oh yeah.
I think, you know, for sure.
Funny joke, because Cameron Cash, one of the amateurs we have at our gym, and he's like, I think he won amateur of the year or whatever, and he's like, I thought I was gonna win best looking, but it never happened. So, yeah, I'm
pretty sure everybody had an idea of like, okay, maybe I could win this award, which that award doesn't even exist, but maybe I could win it eventually.
You just make up stupid awards in your head that you think's gonna happen, but it didn't actually happen.
For sure. So, you know, coming up on March 13th, man, how do you see yourself finishing this fight, winning this fight, dominating this fight?
Yeah, I see it as kind of like the last fight. I really see myself pushing him against the cage, kind of grinding him down, taking him down, and he's gonna be a lot tougher than Cole Williams was. Cole Williams wasn't like a super tough fight for me, but I really see myself kind of grinding him down, and I really feel that I'll TKO him in the second round. I think with Cole Williams, it was my first UFC win, so I really want to get that win, and I got the submission. But I feel I could have TKO'd him if I wanted to, just kind of grind him out a little further. And I feel like that's what I'm going to do to Matthew Semelsberger, take him down and just grind him out, and I'm going to make him quit.
Does he, you know, he poses a little bit more challenges for you, so beating him, you build off it more compared to, let's say, the Cole Williams fight?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just better than Cole Williams was. He's not better than me, and you know it's the name that I have now. That's the name I'm going to get to, and that's what I'm gonna beat him, and then I'm not like a pass him, but I'm gonna beat him, and then, you know, go from there.
When you look at the division, right, the welterweight division, and you got guys, you know, at the top like Kamaru Usman, do you focus on them any when you train and prepare for a fight? I know you're fighting another guy, but eventually the goal is to win the title. So do you focus on that, or do you just focus on the guy in front of you and worry about it when it comes?
Yeah, so outside of camp, I'll focus on that. I'll focus on like improving myself to be able to beat Kamaru Usman, or, you know, somebody like that, Gilbert Burns, or the top 15 in that sense. But once I get the name, then all the intent goes to that one person.
March 13th, man, you continue your path to the title, UFC Fight Night, Las Vegas. Thank you so much, Jason, for the time, man, and good luck on your business. And you know, I guess, you know, being a homeowner and like making your home into yours. You know what I mean? I think that's what everybody wants to do eventually in their life.
Oh yeah, my wife does a great job of that. She decorated. Can't tell the house behind me. She did a great job at home, and I'm super appreciative of her for that too.
Take a move in the ring. You can hit me with a word you fling.